Hello, everybody. This is Douglas Block. It's February 25th at noon Pacific time, the last day of the Winter Olympics. And what's going on? Hold on for a second. There we are. I'm fine, 1JE24. Can you give me some, let me know how the sound is right now, okay? Can you give me some, 1JE24 is the person who gives me new puns to say to my support groups. Jacob Hamilton from San Antonio, Texas. Nice to see you. I've got a new microphone situation set up. I can't tell, am I coming through in terms of the sound? Let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Sounds good? Okay, thank you. It's Poochie. I haven't heard from you in a while. I've never heard from you at all. So it is the 25th of February, 2018, the closing ceremonies of the Oh, we're off to a great start. The Winter Olympics. Sounds good, says 1J24. Well, what about a pun? What about a pun? I'm waiting for a pun. While I wait for the pun, let me give you my Patreon address. Right here. We're only $8 away from our goal of $500 per month. If someone could do a $10 a month pledge, I will definitely get you whatever book you want. Wimp Olympics is a pun. Very good. Hey, one Claire Lou, Whimper Olympics. Yeah, I like that. Some people are whimpering after they didn't get their bronze medal or whatever. Anyway, I wonder why my laptop is hissing here. I hope you guys can't hear it. So here we are. Why? February went really quickly. I just had my 69th birthday 3 days ago, February 22nd, 1949. I don't know why you guys didn't send me any birthday gifts. God, how ungrateful you are. All good, says Gary Simone. Yay. I've got some emails you've sent me I haven't read yet. Remember, I'm available for coaching if you need it. Once again, not to plug it, but I want to get to my $500 a month goal by the end of February, so here's my Patreon account one more time. So, time to ask questions. Let me get my light closer to me. A little bit more light, I guess, on the subject. So, did I do anything nice? 1J24? Yeah, I went out to a really nice Mexican restaurant called it's called the Hungry Skeleton, La Calaca Comelona. La Calaca Comelona. Where's Pearl Ibanda when we need her? The Hungry Skeleton. It's an amazing Mexican restaurant in Portland, Oregon. Thank you, Serenable. Belated birthday. What did you do to celebrate? You will pledge. Excellent, Gary. Hey, seriously, this never gets sent out. This book. This cost me a lot of money to buy. But if you pledge $10 today, Gary, I would definitely will send this to you priority mail. Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. This is my my Bible, so to speak, that I wrote 17 years ago. Actually, 20 years ago, really, but it was originally when Going Through Hell Don't Stop. Kevin McCourt, wow. Thank you for connecting for Ireland. I've been thinking about you. Are you still in school? How is your mood? Have you followed up on any of the leads I sent you? So, Gary, that link will not do you any good, but if you just go to www.patreon.com and you go there and you just type in my name, Douglas Block Depression, my page will come right up. Yes, La Calaca Kalaloma. Hey, OG, I just sent you 2 ebooks. One called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop and the other called Healing from Depression Naturally. I hope you got both of them. What are your best treatments for agoraphobia? Soko 8025. Well, we have an expert here called Jim Hansey in Portland, Oregon, over at OHSU. And what he does is he gives people tiny bits of Klonopin, which is an anti-anxiety drug, and encourages to do what's called exposure. Like if you're really agoraphobic and you can't get out of your house, open the door and walk to the front porch. Then the next day, open the door and walk to the driveway. Then the next day, open the door and walk to the sidewalk or to the mailbox. And gradually, bit by bit by bit, get used to being outside. And Klonopin will help take down the anxiety. There's a lot of good information on agoraphobia my friend in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Speaking of which, where's Greg Sandler when we need him? You're still going through hell? Been in the hospital a week now? Damn, Kevin, I wish you could break that pattern, but you're still young. Don't give up, for heaven's sakes. My 20s were hell. Aren't you in your 20s, Kevin McCourt? Oh my God. I was hospitalized twice. I was a complete mess. I was homeless during my 20s. Wow. Much better to be 69, I'll tell you. I've lived in this house since 1984. What is that? 34 years. So Kevin, hang in there. 1JE24, I'm still waiting for a pun, so maybe I should give a pun. You are 21. Well, my God. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Mark Calloway, yes, they went to a great restaurant. All right, so what am I doing? I'm looking for my joke book. Here's my joke book. So what are we going to basically do here? Well, you know this one. Why was the Scarecrow a successful neurosurgeon? He was outstanding in his field. I like that one. Well, speaking of neurosurgeon, once the Scarecrow was a successful neurosurgeon, what did he say before an operation to his patients? This will be a no-brainer. All right, I've got 2 down. Hang in there, Kevin. Yes, Claire Lou. Tell Kevin to hang up there. It's Poochie. I'm starting to reject friends who are trying to help me, especially the good ones. I don't want them to be like this. I feel like I'm enjoying the isolation. Please comment. I understand your desire to go ahead and, not interact with friends because you don't want them to see you like this, but isolation is the antithesis of healing from depression. 3 steps to healing from depression. Set the intention to heal, reach out for support, and use a number of different treatments, complementary treatments to heal from depression. So reach out for support is the second pillar of depression recovery. You cannot heal in isolation. So it's Poochie. You got to start out. You got to try to go against what you're doing now. Use your intention to get better, to break out of the isolation. Call the crisis line. Just talk to somebody on the phone or text somebody. Just send a text, but you got to do whatever you can to break out of the isolation. If you were in Portland, Oregon, I would invite you to be in one of my depression support groups. However, I've got something just as good. Greg Sandler, one of our longtime viewers, has started an online support group using the app called App Telegram. So I'm going to type his email address right here. It's Poochie, and I want you to email him and get involved with his online support group. You don't have to talk to anybody or see anybody, but just connecting with people over the internet is a good start for you. So here it is, HELLOIMGREGG at Gmail, whoops, that's not an M, .com. Okay, so it's Poochie, oops, except it's two, yeah, it is, I did it right? Hello, I'm GREGG at gmail.com. All right, what are we doing on Chrome? I thought we should be on Safari. Oh well, can't do anything now. No wonder why the print is so tiny on my computer. I'm squinting to see what you guys are writing. Kevin, I've been in episodes since last October. It feels like it will never end. I just have to trust that it will. One, clearly, it will. Because what are the four words that can save your life, everybody? Come on, I want you to say them. Here it is. I'm typing up the 4 words can save your life. This, too, shall pass. I did a video. Look it up on my channel. 4 words that can save your life. This, too, shall pass. Please remember that. I cannot tell you how many times I've been in hell. I even wrote a book about it, right? Here, Kevin, what does this say? When going through hell, don't stop, right? Keep going, as Winston Churchill said, because everything is impermanent in the physical universe, including the episode you're in. It will end. One Claire Lou is absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, as my friend Julie Hayes said, not only will it end, but you are going to rise from the ashes right here. From the ashes I rise. If you don't believe me, go to my YouTube channel, which you're on, and look up all of the videos I've done on hope and recovery. I've done dozens of them. IG124, this too shall pass. I've just wrote a pun on here. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, well, I haven't seen the pun yet. Gary, try meditation. This too shall pass. How best to stay in the moment? I find myself constantly thinking about how I feel is ever going to end, etc. Well, you're absolutely right. Stay in the moment and try meditation, says IY. He's right. So what I do, I have a Gary, when you get my book in the mail after you pledge your $10 to Patreon, there's a piece in there called Back to the Present. Anytime I start to go into the future and worry about that I'm never going to get out of this, I might as well, do something bad to myself. This will never end. What I would do is say, cancel, cancel. I would take a deep breath. I would say, what I'm thinking about is in the future. The future does not exist, so it can't hurt me. And then I bring myself back into the moment, take a deep breath and say, what can I do right now to get through the next hour or the next minute? Call a friend, go for a walk, take a Klonopin, watch a YouTube video. So that's what you have to do. You have to keep bringing yourself back into the present, and mindfulness meditation is one way to do it. IY, you're a girl. Did I say he? I'm sorry. That's right. You've told me your name before. Hey, I get so many emails and connections, it's hard to keep track, but thank you, IY. Appreciate your support and your contribution as always. Dealing with depression and retiring is overwhelming at times. I must try meditation, thanks. And also, one of my videos that I did, it was called My Best Advice for Avoiding Anxiety. I'll say it again, my best advice for avoiding anxiety. You know what it is? I'm going to type it again. Get OCCUPIED. Get occupied. You're retired. Okay, find something else to do. Go work for Loaves and Fishes. Gary, Simone, where do you live? Do you live in the United States? Loaves and Fishes is a United States charity all over the country where you go ahead and you deliver meals to people, older people who are shut in. Not older people like me who get on their bicycles and ride 20 miles in the freezing cold like an idiot, but older people who can't get out of their houses. And you deliver food and most importantly, companionship. So where do you live, Gary, Simone? Do Loaves and Fishes. Get occupied. When you reach out to help others, you think less about your own problems. Madman 1110, I'm getting social support through my psychiatrist and therapist, but I tend to isolate in my apartment. Is this okay? Well, I'm going to give you kudos, Madman, for reaching out to your psychiatrist and your therapist. I think that's fantastic. But in addition to your psychiatrist therapist, you need horizontal support. People like you, like me, who are going through the same thing. So it's great you're on this chat, but I would go try to find a support group in your area, or go email Greg, hello, I'm Greg @gmail.com, or go to www.nami.org. Go to NAMI, find a chapter in your city, and go find out what type of groups they have there. So you're off to a good start. You're off to a really good start. But isolating in your apartment is not going to be enough to really get better, in my opinion. So I think if you could just even call somebody once a day, or even meet somebody for coffee, yeah, that's my recommendation. Doug, there's a study in the UK that found that we all knew along, antidepressants do work. I'll email it. Really? Okay, so let me tell you this, my clinical experience. I've got a lot of clinical experience. I'm 69. I started studying psychology when I was 18 at New York University. Some of you might have heard of it. It's a good school in New York City where I grew up. And I would say that antidepressants do work for it. Here's the caveat. Some people. Stats show about 45 to 55%. But what about the other 45%, like me, that they don't work for? Then you have to use the other strategies that I talk about in my book at the website, healingfromdepression.com. And, oh yeah, let me grab this from the computer. Oopsie daisy. Didn't mean to mess things up here. So if you want to get some really good free information, go to healingfromdepression.com, my website. And if you have if you want to email me about something, just let me do it, douglasblock@gmail.com, right there. All right, so yes, they do work, but they do work for some people, but not for everybody. IJ124, where are your puns? I need your puns desperately. 1JE24. Gary Simone, you're in Connecticut. Well, Loaves and Fishes exists in Connecticut. Go after this live chat, type it in Google, Loaves and Fishes, the town you live in Connecticut. It will pop up. Kevin, those minutes will turn into hours and then days. Absolutely. One, Claire Lou, why don't you give Kevin your email address right now or your phone number? I want you to be texting him on a regular basis if you can. I think it'll be good for you. Reaching out to Kevin will help you feel less depressed, and then Kevin will benefit. This is a win-win situation. Horizontal support is a win-win situation. That's why Alcoholics Anonymous works so well, because people come together in community to share their experience, hope, and faith. That's what we need to do. That's why we're here on this live chat. That's why I do my support groups twice a week, the live chats twice a week, all the videos. Why? To create a healing community. That is the way we heal. Matter of fact, I just did a video called Lost Connections. Has it shown yet? I don't think so. I think I just recorded it. It's about how in our society we're disconnected and isolated because of modern life. We need to reestablish those connections to a community. And by the way, the video coming out tomorrow on Monday, every Monday I do a video. It's called Do Spiritual People Get Depressed? What do you think? I want to hear your views on that. If you're spiritual, if you have faith in God, or if you're religious, or if you meditate every day, does that guarantee you won't get depressed? What do you think? Everyone is different, says one Claire Lou. I don't think all of my messages are setting. My puns aren't setting. It's like YouTube doesn't want us to laugh. Yeah, why don't you email them to me, 1JE24? They should be coming through. I'm not blocking you, believe me. Spochi, I feel like the world is closing in on me. I know it's a symptom of depression. Honestly, I feel like my life, even if I do recover, is not anything I would want to live. It's a ruin. I'm a bummer. Well, yes, that's your brain playing tricks on you. It's Poochie. That is your brain playing tricks on you. Look, listen up, as my coach, my track coach used to say, listen up. In 1997, a very close friend, minister named Michael Moran, came up to me and said, Doug, the reason you're going through this hell is because you're going to come out of it and you're going to write a book about it. When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, which is the book I just showed you. I said, no, 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 my life is ruined. I'm a mess. I've lost my ability to write. I will never get better. Never, never, never will I get better. I told him over and over again. I argued against him. Guess what? The phoenix rose from the ashes. So you feel that way, it's Poochie. That's your brain. That's your dysregulated brain playing a trick on you. And I know it feels real. Why? Because I was there in 1976. I was there in 1983. I was there in 1996. I was there in 2015. Wonder if anybody will be listening to this in the year 2200. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that I have been in places where I thought I was done, I was through, there was no hope. Why not just, jump off the steel bridge? But I was wrong, and so are you, because your brain isn't working properly. So look, reach out for help. Start joining groups. Email me, douglasblog@gmail.com. Anything you can do to reach out, and you will get through this. OG, thanks for showing us the snow last time. I'm thinking of going for a hike in the mountains, hoping for snow there. OG, you're great. Where do you live? 1G24, hopefully this sends this time. Me and my friends got angry a lot last year, which is the rage at the time. Yeah, you sent me that last live chat. I like it. His Grace is love. Yes, 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 yes. Hi, Douglas. Do you think having a few episodes of double depression makes the brain less sharp? I feel foggy. My memory has suffered for years. Well, yeah, if you're in the clinical depression, that's true. But I just remembered a client who was born on my birthday, February 22nd, except it was 1984. I was trying to remember his first and last name, and I got it. I pulled that out of the hat from 2002. So once you're over your depression and you're out of the clinical depression, your memory can go back to normal. I completely believe that. Well, it's 20 minutes after the hour. Let's find another joke, okay? If I can find one here. You know why I don't like to use broken pencils in my work as a writer? They're pointless. Did I really say that? Okay. What do you call a dinosaur who has extensive vocabulary? A thesaurus. By the way, what did the dinosaur use to deposit money in his money market account? Tyrannosaurus checks. Okay, those are three good puns. 1J24, yep, I got your thing. His Grace is love. Hi, Douglas. Do you think having an episode of double depression? Yeah, I guess I answered that. I have such a horrible fatigue that hinders my ability to work and study. I feel I've Tried everything. Exercise makes it worse. I still go to the gym a lot. Good work. IY, are you on any antidepressants? Your fatigue is probably a symptom of your depression. Although, have you had your thyroid checked out? That's what I want to know. Have you had your thyroid checked out? That could be causing the fatigue. One I'm sorry, I thought I hadn't. I've got to go now. Yes, Douglas. No, IJ24, 1J. The Douglas is not, the D in Douglas is not capitalized. It's all lowercase, okay? Right over here. DouglasBlog@gmail.com. The D is lowercase. I will hopefully hear from you later on. Mike Levitt, nice to see you again. Just know that I too feel worthless and feel like life is not worth it much of the time, but I'll just try and do my best. I try and combat negative thoughts with positive. Excellent, Mike Levitt. Very well done. One Claire Lou says, yesterday I swallowed some food coloring. The doctor said I would be okay, but I felt like I died a little. Oh my God. One Claire Lou, I'm using that. I died a little inside. That's very, very good. Oh, I'm going to read that out loud. So one Claire Lou says, yesterday she swallowed some food poisoning. She thought she was going to be okay, or her doctor said she would be okay, but she said, no, I think I died a little inside. Got it? Food coloring, died? Okay. Why I'm on thyroid meds. It's normal now. Why, sure, I'll send you a donation via PayPal later, so YouTube doesn't take a cut. Well, that's nice. Well, you know what? To get to my Patreon account, just use my email address, douglasblog@gmail.com, not my Patreon account. To send something using PayPal, you use my email address, and that's my email address for PayPal. OG, what is considered a high dose of Lamictal? I'm currently on 25 milligrams. Ha! Butkus, as we say in Yiddish. Goat droppings. I'm on 150, and I used to be on 300. So a good dose of Lamictal is 300 milligrams. You're on 125. That's not even enough to make a difference. Can you feel anything, OG? You probably can't. You need to be at least up to 100 or at least 75. So if you're not feeling any side effects, if you're using it to treat bipolar disorder, tell your doctor to give you a raise. In other words, raise your level. His Grace is 111. Ladies, get your hormones checked out. So important. I agree. We'll do it now. Got it. Cheers, Douglas. Oh, what did you get? I'm not quite sure when. Oh, you got the email address? Yeah, douglasblog@gmail.com with the lowercase. Time for a little drink of water. By the way, you know, I'm not really making a living, total living doing this YouTube stuff, so I actually applied and got a job at a bakery. I needed the dough. Oh my goodness. I got to start using these in my videos, don't you think? They're pretty good. All right, so any questions about mental health recovery? I'm all ears. Kevin McCord says, thanks for your hope, Doug. Even with all your experience, my brain still tries to fool me by saying I'm ruined. Well, go to one of my videos says a reason for hope during hard times, okay? Deborah, you hate getting here late. Deborah Haley, you're not late. You're only 23 minutes and 45 seconds late. You got another 24 minutes to go. I got the email now. I'm off. I'll think of newer puns for the next live chat. Yes, and send them to me through the email, will you please? Great. Okay, so Kevin McCourt, I want you to watch this video, okay? If I can type the darn thing in. Oh God, I don't know. A reason for hope during hard times, except I can't type very well, so anyway, you get the idea. So, Kevin McCourt, please go after the video, while live chat is over, go to my website, go to my my YouTube site, and type in a reason for hope during hard times, and listen to that video, watch that video as much as you can. You will get better, you can get better. And also, I asked you about ECT. Can you get ECT in Ireland? I'm on Cipralex 20 milligrams and Cymbalta 60 all the time. What is Cipralex, IY? Anthony, hey Douglas, I struggle with a history of depression and anxiety. Lately, anxiety has been more present. I'm thinking about talking to my doctor about anxiety meds. Any suggestions? Well, there are some SSRI antidepressants like Paxil and also Prozac and Zoloft for some people. I say for some people, help with anxiety. There's another anti-anxiety medication that is not addictive. It's called Buspar, I think, Buspar. Ask your doctor about that medication. And also, of course, in a pinch, Klonopin or Ativan will help take off the anxiety if you're having a really hard time, but not to be used on a regular basis. But Deborah Haley, Douglas, why do you think we are here? Like our purpose, knowing that every one of us is going to die makes me question why what we do here matters. I'm not sad, just curious. Well, the greatest definition I've ever heard is from a woman named Rachel Naomi Remen, who wrote a book called Kitchen Table Reason, Kitchen Table Wisdom. And here is the purpose of life. You ready for this? The purpose of life is to grow in love and wisdom. There it is. Why are we here on this planet in our limited time? To become more loving and to become more wise. Now, I happen to believe in reincarnation, which means that I believe that whatever good merit we have in this life is transferred down the road, and we pick it up in our next life, so everything accumulates, so what goes around comes around. I believe that if you cast your bread upon the waters and are generous to people, eventually people will be generous to you. Every time I see a homeless person outside of New Seasons who needs a bed for the night, I give them the money to get a hotel room. Then the other day, you know, my brother just gave me a nice sum of money to let me go to a very expensive dinner for a mental health agency. So anyway, yeah, so I believe that what we do is carried over. But to answer your question, to grow in love and wisdom, I see that someone just said about, wow, a lot of comments have just come in. How do you differentiate between symptoms of depression and grief? Truth seeker. With grief, you don't beat yourself up and think you're worthless. With depression, you do. I don't know what Cipralex is. I'll have to look it up. I'm trying ketamine. Anyone needs more information, feel free to contact me. What do you call a lazy psychiatrist? Dr. Doolittle. Oh my God, OG, you're brilliant. I'm going to use this. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Larry Lester, nice to hear from you. I think there's a connection between my gut and my brain. I've been starving all day long and binging at night. My stomach and blood sugar out of whack. Larry Lester, go see an eating disorders therapist, or there are programs you can go into, outpatient programs. Not a good idea. Our gut health and our brain health are integrally connected. You may want to check, what is Howard Storm's ND? That must mean near-death experience. Truth Seeker, tell me what happened with him. I'd like to know. N to F from Ireland. I love it. I hope you're right about reincarnation. I like this idea more than damnation. That was rammed down my throat at school. No, no, no. You're not going to hell. N to F. Even if you did bad things, you're not going to hell. Although the Buddhists say there is a hell realm. So I guess if you do really horrible things, you can be stuck in a hellish place for a while. But that's only because you're reaping, you know, what you sow. But I don't think, you know, the universe gives up on anybody, even somebody like, well, I won't say. But anyway, Chris Higgins, I take Celexa, think they may be working. Don't know whether to come out of them because I still get depressed sometimes. Some days are great. Stay on your Celexa, Chris Higgins, until you talk to your doctor. Don't make any changes without talking to your doctor. One Claire Lou, you can get ACT in Ireland. Buspar takes weeks to build up in the system. My doctor gave me 4 tablets in the midst of a nervous breakdown. Dodo, knowledge is power. Well, knowledge is power, One Claire Lou, and ECT is worthwhile for somebody who's in depression, has tried everything, and still in a really bad state. I did it in January of 2016, 2 years ago. It saved my life. So if you can get in Ireland, and if nothing else is working, talk to a doctor and get an evaluation. Hi, wife, reading disorders. I read this book, Douglas, by Janine Roth, Women, Food, and God, and Breaking Free from Emotional Eating. Well, Janine Roth is the expert, or is an expert on food disorders. She wrote a book called When Food is Love. She's been around for at least 30 years. She's a really good source. And we have here in America treatment centers where you can actually go inpatient and they will help you, undo your eating disorder. It's a terrible, terrible disease. People starving themselves and thinking, having a body dysmorphic disorder, thinking that their body is not perfect, having to become thinner. It's a horrible illness, but it can be treated. But you probably need to go inpatient or at least into a specific program. It's almost impossible to do it on your own. I've already noticed the difference on 25 milligrams of Lamextal for bipolar. I'm increasing to 50. Can't wait. Excellent, OG. Now remember, you might be more sensitive than other people. So if you're taking 50 milligrams and you feel good, maybe you don't need to go up to 100. So just trust your body and stay in touch with your doctor. Sydney Larson, Doug, what is a piece of hope I can hold on to? I'm struggling with both physical health and mental health. I'm trying to hang in there, but some days giving up seems so much easier. Yes, it does, Sydney Larson. That's why you need to go to this video I just typed in earlier called A Reason for Hope During Hard Times. And physical health and mental health symptoms at the same time, boy, that's double hell. I'm really sorry you're having to deal with both of them. But keep reaching out, keep talking to people, and go on Greg Sandler's online support group, HELLOIMGREGG @gmail.com. Speaking of helping to support this channel, which I know it just reached 60,000 views in 28 days, that's like 2,200 views a day. That's like almost 100 views an hour. There's a little dollar sign at the bottom. It's called Super Chat. If you click on it, you can contribute $1 or $2 or $5 to the channel, even though Google takes a 33% cut. Hey, it still helps pay for my time in the videos. Really appreciate it. Mike Levitt, I've tried a ton of psych drugs for anxiety and depression. Wellbutrin is a good choice for anxiety. 2, I've changed so many times, but right now I'm on 20 milligrams of Lexapro twice a day and 2.5 milligrams of diazepam. Sounds good to me, Mike Levitt. Please join support. We can all help each other. Just sent you a donation. That was nice. Why was that using PayPal? Try ketamine before, etc. to side effects, and you'll know within 7 days if it works. 70% suggest rate, but need experienced provider. Yes, Gary Simone, but don't you have to keep taking it? I thought ketamine only works short term. Let me know after you become a Patreon donor. Well, who knows I'm checking to see if that little thing came through from IY. Wow. Thanks, IY. That was really appreciated. Well, PayPal, if you ever send money to me again, do it, send as a friend or family, because PayPal takes a cut out of it. But yeah, well, it says $38.18. Is that because we had to translate the money from UK money to money here? What country do you live in? Mike Levitt says, I take 1 trazodone for sleep. Excellent. Trazodone's a very good antidepressant for sleep. By the way, IY, why don't you type in Greg Sandler's support group email address one more time so people can get it. Let me see. I'm just reading. Enda F says, I think that reincarnation is a much better belief system than, being damned and go to hell. I would agree with you. IY says, my psych gave me gabapentin for anxiety. She won't give me benzos. Doesn't really work, but I use meditation and exercise. IY, you're amazing. Meditation and exercise are wonderful for anxiety and depression. Deborah Haley says, my doctor said I'm treatment resistant, so I don't know if my panic disorder will ever get better. It will get better. I don't know. What does he mean treatment resistant? Have you tried everything for panic disorder? Have you tried Paxil? Let me know. He probably hasn't tried everything. That's, I think your doctor is giving up too early on you. Sydney Larson, Doug, what is a place of hope I can hold on to when I'm struggling? Yes, go ahead and look at that video, A Reason for Hope During Hard Times. Excellent. Michael Lexter, I finally started taking 20 minutes each day. I have not moved for a year due to multiple back neck surgeries. I'm still not feeling much better. How long will it take? Well, I'm Larry Lester. I don't really know how long it will take for your back and neck surgeries to recover. I'm not an orthopedic surgeon. As far as depression, it will happen. It may go slow, especially given your physical activity. Go to a PT, do everything you can to get your physical body back in shape, because the more you exercise, the better you'll feel. Will do. Ketamine is not a cure. It allows you to focus on other ways of healing. Okay. Keep me posted, Gary. And by the way, one more time, I know I don't want to beat a dead horse, but there's my Patreon address. So later today, you can be a patron and get your book, Healing from Depression. Cindy Larson says, for all of you who struggle with sleep, the melatonin hormone helps a lot. 80% of it is made in the gut. Taking a probiotic should help. Absolutely, Cindy Larson. I take a probiotic called Good Belly. I highly recommend you go online and look this up. You can get it at your local health food store. It's a wonderful vegan probiotic called Good Belly. Deborah Haley, I've tried me on countless antidepressants, but I've had better reactions to them, so I'm lost now. Well, what about TMS, Deborah Haley? Have you heard of this? It's helped a lot of my clients who are medication resistant. Transcranial magnetic stimulation. Let me know what you think. I have a whole video on it. Just go to my my YouTube channel, or just type in TMS in Google. Deborah Haley, have you tried TMS? Let me know. Howard Storm's NDA changed his life. Account is on the internet. He was an atheist, an arts professor. He found there is life after death. That this world is a mirage and only temporary. Well, very good, Truth Seeker 1515. I believe that case. I've never had a near-death experience, but I know people who have, and I do believe that our physical life is a shadow, but a shadow of the greater reality. Will do. Never heard of it. I'll look it up in your channel. You've never heard of transcranial magnetic stimulation? Come on, Deborah Haley. It's been around for a while now. Transcranial, I'll type it out for you. And then type it in my YouTube search. MAGNETICSTIMULATION. There it is, Deborah Haley. Type those keywords in on my video search on my channel. You'll find it. Gary Simon says, absolutely will do. I don't know what you're going to do, but I encourage you to do it. Anybody have any questions they want to write to me personally? Here's my email address, douglasblock@gmail.com. All right. Yes, Deborah, will you please email me after you've watched that video? I want you to know what you think of it. Deborah Haley, I think you're in the UK, right? You're not in America? Tell me where you are. And Truth Seeker 1515, I'm going to listen to Howard Storm's near-death experience. What do you think? Are you convinced? Do you think he's right? Do you think there is life after death? Okay. By the way, when I went to a Catholic church with a friend, they sprinkled holy water on it. I asked the priest, how do you make holy water? You know what he said? Boil the hell out of it. Oh my God, these are good. These are very good. Hello, I'm Greg at gmail.com for support group IY. I love it. I think actually when I got the email from you, it actually told me your real name, which I'm not going to resolve. Wow. Very cool. Thank you again, IY, for your support. T-Mac. Yes, I use melatonin too. Melatonin is a natural hormone produced by the pineal gland, which is right here in the center of the brain. It regulates your sleep and wake rhythms. If you want to get to sleep earlier, start taking it about 3 p.m. You'll get tired. You won't be a late night owl like me from New York going to bed at 1 a.m. No good. You should get to bed by midnight, I think. Mike Levitt, Doug, how do you know your therapist psychologist was the right one? Because when I walked out, I felt my gut, I felt my heart. And when my heart and my gut resonated, I knew he was the right one. Sorry, I just have a little bit of kink in my back right here. I'm just massaging it. By the way, I highly recommend massage for all you people who are suffering from depression. Touch is a tremendously healing thing to get. Oh, I tried melatonin, didn't work. Maybe you didn't try enough. How many milligrams did you take? Anyway, Mike Levitt, I knew that my therapist and psychologist was right by the way I felt when I walked out of the office. If I felt uplifted, if I felt lighter, if I felt clearer, if I felt more hope, then I knew that was the right person. If I felt no different or more depressed, then I knew it wasn't the right person. There's an old saying, you have to kiss a lot of frogs before you meet your handsome prince. Well, you have to kiss a lot of therapists before you find the right one. I went for years without having a good therapist. Then when I got one about 2 years ago, she was a winner, and I've stuck with this person ever since. Time dilation is weird, OG. I don't know what you mean. You're in South Carolina, Deborah? Well, if you're in America, you can find TMS somewhere, probably in Charleston. Truth Seeker says yes. $54 Canadian is $38 US. Damn, what a bad exchange rate. Well, IY, thank you. You know, if you want to just send $5 Canadian a month, go join me. I'm looking to try to get up to 75 subscribers, so you don't have to, but go to my Patreon account. That would be good. But yeah, thank you for your generous donation. By the way, what do you think of Canada, IY? They've won a bunch of Olympic medals, except they lost to the United States in women's hockey. Did you see what that Canadian woman did on the team? She ripped off her silver medal when she got it put on her. People said she was a bad sport. I can understand. She came there to win. She was just disappointed in the moment. But she issued an apology, which was probably a good thing to do. So, IY, have you been following the Olympics? IY says, if you can't afford a massage, students training, they have a cheaper ones. IY, you've hit the nail on the head. Here we have the Oregon School of Massage and the East-West School of Massage, and you can get a massage for $10 here in Portland, Oregon. Mike Levitt says, I feel like my therapist has good intentions, but nothing he has said has ever been worth paying for. Well, Mike Levitt, find another person. Oh, you do support me on Patreon. Thank you, IY, for reminding me. 3 milligrams of melatonin is sort of normal. Why don't try increasing the dose? It's not going to, you can't overdose on it. Sydney Larson, I believe there is definitely life after death. Think of all our loved ones who have left this life so early. We will definitely see them again. Well, a lot of people think that. Matter of fact, today is the 12th anniversary of my wife's twin sister who died of a stroke at the young age of 52. Very, very sad, but we both believe she's still, her spirit is still around. So I agree with you, Cindy Larson. There is consciousness after death. I think Silver's great. She was being a poor sport, but I didn't watch the Olympics. Well, a lot of people thought she was being a poor sport, but in the moment I could understand her disappointment, and she did apologize. So IY, what part of Canada do you live in? Let me know. I love Canada. Canada is a really cool place. What province? And have you ever heard of Joni Mitchell? She comes from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, or however you pronounce it. Mike Levitt says, I've been taking 6 milligrams of Levitonin, but feel like it's not helping much. Well, try 9. If that doesn't work, try Trazodone. Oh, hello, I'm Greg at gmail.com. Once again, IY is pushing that email address. Excellent. So here's something, Trazadone, for sleep. You might also try something called Remeron. Remeron. And you should also try something called AMITRIPTYLI. Something like amitriptyline. I take that myself. It's wonderful. I didn't spell that correctly, but support group is free. Yes, IY, you're definitely promoting Greg's support group. And by the way, this is free, which is why I really appreciate IY for her donation. And any donation you guys want to make, you can pay me, do it at PayPal, douglasblock@gmail.com, or if it's too complicated, go ahead and just click on the $sign and let Google take their cut. Hey, Greg! Greg Sandler, you always come in the last 10 minutes. Well, guess what? We've been pushing your online support group free. How many people are in your support group? How many people have joined your support group? Tell me, Greg, and let others know that there's always room for more. Why is ice hockey is such competition with U.S. and Canada? Very strange to see this from Europe. Well, because Canada beat the United States the last 4 times for the gold medal, and the United States beat them in 1998. It's a rivalry. Aren't there rivalries in Europe between soccer teams? There must be. Did you hear about the guy who hit his whole left side cut off? He's all right now. Boy, when clearly that was really bad. I believe we're up to 13, including you, Doug. Yes, I'm a member. IY, why don't you and Greg exchange your emails with each other? IY has been a big booster of your support group, Greg. She's been promoting it all during this live chat. Douglas Barnes, amitriptyline. Sorry the late due to an adult-child meeting. What do you mean adult child? I thought a child was a child and an adult was an adult. You'll have to explain to me. Thank you for recommending the 12-step group. Yes, and by the way, I'm just, of course, joking. I know what it. He's an ACOA, Adult Children of Alcoholics. That means when you were growing up, one of your parents was an alcoholic. Mike Levitt, the reason there's a rivalry is because Canada and the United States are number 1, number 2 in ice hockey. Adult Child of Alcoholics, that's what he goes to. It's a wonderful meeting. Anybody who's raised in a dysfunctional family should go to those meetings. Oh my God, I just saw the TMS video. Never heard of it. Now I can't wait to get it done. Well, Deborah Haley, there's 2 types of TMS. One is regular TMS and the other is called active TMS or deep TMS. You should try to get the deep TMS, seriously. Deep TMS. I think it's BRAINSW. I think you go to that website, Deborah, Brainsway. You have my email address. Email me if you have any problems locating Brainsway. Have a great day, man. Thank you, Mike Levitt. I appreciate hearing from you. Send me an email sometime. I'd like to send you a chart of my depression recovery program. Anyway, here we are right here, douglasblog@gmail.com. Deborah Haley, let me know how you're doing with finding out about TMS. You're welcome. Keep me posted. There is a way out. TMS has helped so many people. And unlike ECT, which I got, it's not invasive. You don't go unconscious. You don't get anesthetized. You're awake. You can drive afterwards. You don't need somebody to drive you there. It's much gentler, although I must say that ECT is more effective. Does Reiki therapy work? Spelt that wrong. For some people, yeah. You know what I say? A friend of mine went to Reiki. He was Reiki'd over the coals. Oh my God, was that bad or not? So, what is ECT? Oh my God, Deborah Haley, you are new to mental health. Okay? You should go to my website again, my YouTube channel. Electro, CONVULSIVE. Whoops. It stands for electroconvulsive therapy, also known as shock therapy. It was given a really bad name from an award-winning film called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Showed it being used as a form of punishment. And there's a lot of stigma about ECT, a lot of prejudice about ECT, but it saved my life. It saved my mother's life 3 times. It saved a number of people in my group's life, one after 3 suicide attempts. After 1 ECT series of treatments, never went back to being depressed, got married, and has lived happily ever after. It's a very controversial, but I think very effective treatment. It's the treatment of last resort. So Deborah Haley, you don't want to try it out. I would definitely give TMS a try first. You don't want to try it out now. You may at some point. Does this TMS help with dysthymia? I don't think dysthymia is, that's a temperamental thing. I think you just treat a dysthymia with lifestyle, and I think also with GAD. I don't think those are serious enough conditions, but you should go talk to a doctor who does ECT. I don't really think it's necessary unless you're in a tremendous amount of suffering. Gary, email me. So I think ECT would probably not be recommended for TMS. Oh no, wait, oh you said TMS. I'm sorry, I thought you said ECT. Yeah, TMS can help with GAD and dysthymia, absolutely. I would check it out because it's not as radical as ECT. I've suffered from all of this for 50 years and you've had been more effective for me than my doctor. I've never heard of these things, so I'm so thankful for you, Doug. Well, your doctor, are you seeing a psychiatrist, Deborah Haley? Your doctor knows what ECT is. Deborah, ECT has been around since the 1930s. If your doctor is a psychiatrist, he doesn't know what ECT is. He should lose his license, seriously. But maybe he just never said it to you. By the way, I've been suffering 50 years also. Deborah, how old are you? You and I must be the same age. Maybe we should go to our class reunions together. True Seeker 1550. Doug, did you read Electro Boy? Very amusing. No, I haven't. True Seeker, the experience of a long-time depressive in ECT. Amazing account. So True Seeker, is Electro Boy a book or is it a YouTube thing? Let me know. We have about 9 minutes left. Boy, I can't believe I haven't coughed. I've been going non-stop. Never ever, you're back. Oh my goodness, with 8 minutes left. Thank you for being a contributor. I know you like being alone. Have you gotten out and seen anybody recently? It is good to see some people some of the time. So True Seeker, is Electro Boy a book or is it a video? Yes, I'm seeing one, but it's never been suggested. I'm 54. Well, Deborah Haley, that means you've been depressed since you're 4 years old. Sorry to hear that. But ask your doctor about TMS. Ask him what he thinks. I know he's heard of it. By the way, if he doesn't know about it, I know about it. Electro Boy, a Memoir of Mania by Andy Berman. Thank you, True Seeker. You haven't seen anybody recently, never ever? So if you spend your time alone, what do you do most of the days? Do you watch videos or read or walk the dog? I'm just curious what a typical day in your life is. So His Grace's Love, yeah, you can try TMS for this time you're a GAD. Talk to your doctor. And Deborah Haley, I'm sorry that you've been suffering for 50 years. I swallowed some food colors, said one of the people. I asked my doctor if I'd be okay. He said yes, but I feel I've died a little inside. Boy, that was good. I like that pun. Did you hear about the cross-eyed teacher who lost her job? She couldn't control her pupils. I don't know where I got these. These are really quite clever. All right. 52 minutes, 29 people watching. I want to get out and do my bike ride today. Best thing I do for my therapy. By the way, did I answer your question about Reiki? It's a kind of a therapeutic touch, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle, but it helps some people. I had it during my depressive episode. It did calm me down when I was agitated. So yes, I think there is something to Reiki, although I used to say to my friends, you're getting Reiki'd over the coals. And it's R-E, how do you spell Reiki? R-E-I-K-I? I think that's how you spell Reiki. So yeah, I hope I answered your question about Reiki therapy. It has helped. Deborah Haley says, the crazy thing, I'm not depressed or sad, I just have these incredible panic attacks. Continuously for no reason, it's debilitating. I love your humor. Deborah Haley, go get your hormones checked out. Just like one of the guys said, go to a naturopath or go to an endocrinologist. Make sure all your hormones are, copacetic, because being a woman, there might be some hormonal imbalances. I have no idea what they would be, but it's something to get checked out. There should be a way to rebalance your brain, Deborah Haley. You should not have to live with panic attacks for the rest of your life. Tell that joke that's funny about the person gets when he was directed, mixed up. I can't quite understand. One, Claire Lou, you'll have to be more clear. I don't know what it says about the person who gets what he was directed, mixed up. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. The 92-year-old man, because I'm 69, I want to have role models. As a 92-year-old man I know, very, very lively, very energetic. But he was down for a couple of weeks, so I went to his doctor, and the doctor wrote him a prescription. 2 weeks later, the doctor sees him in the grocery store with his arm around a younger and very pretty woman. The doctor says, wow, you look so much better. What happened? And the man says, well, I did what you told me. You told me to get a hot mama and be cheerful. Doctor said, I didn't say that. I told you that you had a heart murmur and to be careful. Is that the joke one, Claire Lou? My clients like it. Cindy Larson, if any of you have tried numerous depression and anxiety meds and none have ever worked, I started healing my gut and my anxiety has almost completely gone away. Wow, that's a powerful testimonial, Sydney Larson. And what did you do to heal your gut? Did you have more products? I mean, you need healthy bacteria in your gut, and usually they're made from fiber, like beans and vegetables. Eat a diet rich in fiber, and your body will naturally break down the fiber into friendly bacteria, but you can take probiotics also. So Sydney Larson, what did you do to heal your gut? We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Let me know what you did to heal your gut. I'd like to know for sure. Sydney, let us know before our time is up in 4 minutes. I want to know too. Deborah Haley, you can get over your panic attacks. True Seeker, thank you for Electro Boy. Never ever, nice for you to check in. Let me know what you're doing. One clear, Deb, I've had panic disorder in my life. I tried the Linden method, which helped a lot. Well, what is the Linden method, and why don't you email her what that is? Not so scared. Wow, you just chimed in the last 3 minutes. Hi, Douglas. Hope you are well. I've been started going to church with a friend, and I've been made feel very welcome. A lovely community. I'm going to be beginning to study the Bible. Well, I was healed at a church, not so scared. And if you find a church community or a spiritual community that is welcoming, you should join it because it gives you two things. One is connection among people. And secondly, faith in a higher power has been shown to make people less depressed and less anxious. Because if you trust something, you know, that's going to help the anxiety. Sydney Larson, my diet, but I also have been using Plexus. It's a supplement designed for health. Their probiotic is extremely powerful, but I've never used. Oh, the best one I've ever used. I noticed the difference after 1 week. Okay, so what is Plexus? Is it a company? What's their website? Heal your gut and you heal your mind. The American diet is making our guts bad. You're not sleeping, never ever. You've told me that before. Try one of those medications. Sydney Larson, can you please email me, douglasblog@gmail.com right here, and tell me the web address of Plexus, or you can do it right here before we go off the air in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And never, if you're not sleeping, there are medications. Remember, one of them is trazodone, A-Z-A-D-O-N-E. Right here. Try that out. Thanks for Joe. Cracks me up. Another great session. Thank you, One Claire Lou. Where do you live? Send me email address. And you are you a patron, One Claire Lou? I think you are. I know. I have 65 patrons now. I can't keep track of everybody. But if you're not a patron and you're not becoming a member of this channel, that's where you can do it. It won't let me put the URL in for the website, Doug, but I'll email it to you. Yeah, definitely email me, douglasblog@gmail.com. Send me the URL for the Plexus. I'd really appreciate it. I may give a plug for them in my video. So never ever try trazodone, try amitriptyline, or try Remeron for your sleep. All right, so here we are. Wow. I guess my microphone must be good because people are hearing me, although I don't see the mic, you know, moving. But I guess you're all hearing me. Better led than ever. Hey, yeah, well, Scott Barry, you've got 1 minute and 15 seconds. You're going to psychology today. Excellent, huge Ackman. Scott Bauer, give me your words of wisdom in 1 minute and 15 seconds. You are a patron. That's what I thought. See? I knew you were. Good for you. Scott Power, you know what you can do for my birthday? You could become a patron also, if you're not already one. There's my Patreon account. Go to patreon.com and then put in Douglas Block Depression and you'll find me right there. All right, 59 seconds, 59 minutes and 17 seconds, 43 seconds left before we sign off. 1 o'clock p.m. My computer has only 17% left of power. Plexus Worldwide. Thank you, Doug Barnes. You're just in the nick of times. And how are you doing, my friend Douglas? You and I have emailed. I hope you're doing fine. You're my namesake. Hey, you know what? You're DB also. Douglas Block, Douglas Barnes. Hey, Deadly, One Claret, what is that? You are a patron. There you have it. See, you guys are just fantastic. Thank you for being my patrons. the list is, 64. I can't keep track of them all. Anyway, thank you for being my patron. Thank you for healing. Thank you for being committed to your mental health recovery. And that's the most important thing, that we're all joining together, getting better, doing what needs to be done. And, oh, the Linden method, yes. Well, I'm going to not hang up until Deborah Haley or one clearly says what the Linden method is. Maybe I'll look it up in my other phone. Okay, so let's go to Google. Anyone know what the Linden method is? Linden method for anxiety. Well, there's a whole, it's obviously a website, anxiety disorders coach Charles Linden, to eliminate his own anxiety method, maps a simple route to recovery. Follow the same route that all sufferers have recovered. Okay, so it's called the Linden method, the anxiety disorder for panic attacks. It's actually a book. So type in the Linden method on Google and you'll read all about it. Tohexai, how are you? Can you say this? I like the whistle. Well, thank you all. Try Googling Linden methods for info. I just did. It's fantastic. So now that we know the Linden method is, we can sign off. We will see you on Wednesday at noon. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time, I'm uploading a video called Do Spiritual People Get Depressed? Remember to tune that in. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you all for watching. We'll hear from you or see you Wednesday, the 28th, the last day of the month at noon. I'll talk to you then. And remember, www.patreon.com if you want to become a sustaining member of this channel. Thanks a lot.